My story about a strange neighbor in New York. My name is Sarah Chen. This is the story of my strange neighbor in New York. I got accepted to a university in New York. I needed to find a house quickly. One day, I was walking down the street. I saw a small house with a for rent sign. I called the number. Someone answered with a very strange voice. The rent was very cheap. It was too cheap. I felt suspicious, but I had no other choice. A strange man came and gave me the keys. I paid him the money. I went inside the house. The house was small but okay. The furniture was old but clean. Everything looked normal. While cleaning the house, I found a locked door. I tried to open it. It wouldn't open. I thought it was just a storage room. At first, everything was good. My neighbors were friendly. Everyone seemed normal except for one person. His name was Mr. Thompson. He lived in the house on the right side. He was about 50 years old with gray hair. He always wore a black coat, even in summer. The first time I saw him was strange. I was getting my mail. He walked past me and stared. His eyes were very blue and very cold. "Hi, I'm Sarah," I said. "I just moved in next door." He stopped walking. He looked at me for a long time. Then he said, "Be careful." "What?" I asked, but he walked away. One night, I woke up at 3 a.m. I heard footsteps in the hallway. I looked through my peephole. It was Mr. Thompson. He was standing in the hallway, staring at my door without moving. I felt scared. After 10 minutes, he walked away. The next day, I talked to another neighbor. Her name was Mrs. Garcia. "Mrs. Garcia, do you know Mr. Thompson?" I asked. Her face changed. "Stay away from him," she said. "He's strange, very strange. He does weird things at night." She walked away quickly. That weekend, something scary happened. I came home from university. My door was open just a little bit, even though I always lock it. I pushed the door open slowly. "Hello?" I called out. Nobody answered. Everything looked normal. Nothing was missing, but something felt wrong. Then I saw it. On my kitchen table was a note. It said, "Leave this place quickly. This house is very dangerous." My hands shook. I called the police. 2 officers came and looked around. "Nothing is missing?" one officer asked. "No," I said, "just this note." "Do you know who wrote it?" he asked. I said, "Maybe my neighbor, Mr. Thompson. He is very strange." The officers went to talk to Mr. Thompson. 20 minutes later, they came back. "We talked to him," the officer said. "He says he didn't write the note." "But I think it was him," I said. "We can't prove anything. Just keep your door locked." They left. I felt alone and scared. That night, I couldn't sleep. I finally fell asleep at midnight. But then I woke up suddenly. I heard a noise. The sound came from inside the locked door. I walked slowly to the door. When I got close, the sound stopped. Suddenly, someone knocked on my front door. I looked through the peephole. It was Mr. Thompson. He held a small wooden box. "Sarah," he whispered, "open the door. I need to talk to you." "Go away," I said. "Please," he said. "I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to help you." "If you don't leave, I'll call the police," I said. He sighed and said, "Fine, but you're in danger. This building is not safe. Something is here, something bad." He put the box on the ground and walked away. I waited 5 minutes. Then I opened my door. The box was still there. I grabbed it quickly. Inside the box was an old key and a note. The note said, "Something bad lives in this building. It took my love. This key opens the locked door. You need to see what is down there. Thompson." I remembered the locked door. I went to the door with the key. The key fit perfectly. The door opened. Behind it was a staircase going down. I took my flashlight and walked down slowly. The stairs were old. The air smelled bad. I pointed my flashlight at the walls. Then I saw something horrible. On the wall were names written in red. All were women's names. Next to each name was a date. There were 6 names. Then I saw the last name, Emily Hart. Next to it was a date from 10 years ago. I was so scared, I ran to Mr. Thompson's house and knocked hard on his door. "Mr. Thompson, open the door, please." The door opened. He looked sad and tired. "You saw it?" he asked. "Yes. What is it?" "Come inside," he said. "I'll tell you everything." Walked into his house. It was full of strange things. Books about ghosts, old papers, crosses everywhere. "Sit down," he said. 10 years ago, I was alone. But one day, a beautiful woman moved into this building. Her name was Emily Hart. She became my whole world. We fell in love. But she told me she heard strange sounds. I didn't take it seriously. He stopped talking. His eyes were wet with tears. One day, she invited me for dinner. I saw that locked door. I asked her what was behind it. She said the door was locked when she moved in. Then she went to prepare food. I wanted to know what was inside. I broke the door open and went down the stairs. Then I saw it, a wall with her name written in red, Emily Hart, and next to her name was a date. That date was today. I got scared. Then I heard Emily scream. I ran upstairs, but Emily was not there. She was gone. I searched everywhere. I called the police, but they didn't find her. That was the last day I saw Emily. That's why I told you to be careful. I felt more scared than ever. I took the key and went back to my house. I decided to leave tomorrow. I locked my door and tried to sleep. But then I heard that strange sound again. I took my flashlight and went down to the basement again. Then I saw something that terrified me. My name was written on the wall, Sarah Chen, and next to my name was a date. That date was tomorrow. I looked at my watch. The time was 11:55 p.m. In just 5 minutes, it would be tomorrow. I ran. I ran up the stairs, but I panicked. I slipped and fell all the way down. Then I heard it. The clock bell rang. It was midnight. The date on the wall started to glow red. Then I heard knocking upstairs. Someone broke down the door. I saw a figure, a scary figure wearing a black coat. In his hand was a knife. He walked toward me slowly. I couldn't move. My leg hurt. I was trapped. Then Mr. Thompson appeared. He fought with the scary man. "Run, Sarah! Run now!" Thompson shouted. I tried to stand up, but I slipped again. I fell and hit my head. Everything went black. I awoke suddenly. I was in my bed, sweating. It was a dream. Everything was just a dream. I felt relieved. I looked at the clock. It was 7 a.m. I was safe. I decided to go to Thompson's house. I knocked on his door. Nobody answered. His door was locked. The house looked empty. I went back to my house and tried to forget about the nightmare. I sat on my couch. Then something very strange happened. The doorbell rang. I went to the door. Nobody was there. I closed the door. Then the doorbell rang again. Nobody was there again. But then I saw something on the ground. I looked down. My heart stopped. It was the wooden box, the same wooden box from my dream. But how? I picked up the box. My hands shook. I opened it slowly. Inside was the old key and the same note. The note said, "Something bad lives in this building. It took my love. Don't let it take you. This key opens the locked door. You need to see what is down there. Thompson." I stood there, frozen. Was it a dream or was it real? I looked at the key in my hand. It was real. The metal was cold. I looked at the locked door in my house. Do I use the key or do I leave? But I knew the truth. This was not over. Whatever was in this building, it was still here, and it was waiting for me.